Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are doing part 3 of gathering stuff for our Flowish Journal swap. I just want to talk about something really quickly. I don't have a stapler close by handy, so I went out to the store yesterday and bought a stapler, Jot brand. I should have just got one from McDonald's, Walmart. And the thing is already broken, I believe. I mean, I know how to load a stapler, but this thing, yeah, we're going to try it out later on. But you see, yep, you know, it's $1. So what do you expect, right? I expect for it to work at least once. Anyway, so I'm using these cards. I believe this is a Michael's card. I'm just going to pull out some of this. It's not as shiny on here, right? But a few pages of this. Because why not, right? She could do something with that. She could add some glossy accents if she likes. All right, and then I'm not sure if you saw this guy over the summer. It's a lady and a man. I can't find a lady anymore, but I'm gonna put this in paper shapes. We're all about paper dolls today, right? I'm gonna plop 2 in there, and I don't know how all this is going to come together, but it's going to work out. And then here are some little journaling cards that I pulled out. And then these are some drink holders that I think I got these from Tuesday morning. And it says the problem with some people is that when they aren't drunk, they're sober. I totally laughed when I saw that. And then this is cute, and it's actually already written on, which will make it even better. It's not from me. He sent this to his mom. It says, your son-in-law, Jack. This is from Mississippi. The cards that I have right now. And I love this scene. I love this scene because it makes me think of my mom. And we used to put puzzles together. So that, and then this Santa. And then some envelopes. I'm going to set these to the side because I may need to put trinkets in there. And then if you ever think about these old-timey cards, they put a lot of work into it. Look, and it's already embossed, and it has, it's so pretty. Won't even go super crazy into it. And this has some embossing on it. And then this has, it's another one. Okay, here we go. This little kitty cat. But I'm going to include some envelopes with that. This, again, I think I probably went overboard because Brandy doesn't know how to say when, right? I like this saying, live your dreams, so that'll probably be a decorative piece. Some more cards. We may not put all those in there because it's already overflowing. And then this card, I made this card. I'm not sure if I did a video on it or not. I probably did. I love this embossing. I think this is a debossing technique that I used. Then we're going to have some die cuts in here. This dress form. Another, it's like a postcard that it's not a real postcard, but I made it in that mindset. It's one whole stamp, and I just inked and colored it up. And I'm going to put this in here because she can cut these words out if she likes or not. Just some, you know, I think about a flow. It's kind of like a junk journal type thing. And then this vellum, I love vellum. I don't know how to use it, but I think it's so pretty. And then we have some patterns. Don't get dizzy, okay? But I'm not going to put all that stuff in there. It's just too much, and it's starting to overwhelm me as well. So I'm going to put some more toned down, muted colors, hopefully, in there. And then I thought it would be cool to do fabric, a few little scraps of fabric in there. So maybe this one and that one. Because if she decides to do another swap with me, which hopefully she does, to just have to let me send mine first, then I can use some of those same elements, right? But I think it would be cool to do a all one color, like swap, tone on tone swap. Or only a seasonal swap. That would be cool, I think. I think we're done gathering. Now it's time to decorate and put together. And I feel like I need to go back and watch a video to see how I'm going to do this because I'm getting very anxious right now. very anxious and nervous because I want to do my best and I'm filming it, right? Like who, what, why? So we got some napkins, and then we got these little cute, I don't know what they're called. Candies, thingies. We got this in here. You put a little note or a letter in there. I love the concept of a flow-ish type book. I think the originator of this concept is, I think her name is Rosemary Morris. I don't want to butcher her name. I'll try to put her name in the description box. I'm not going to be able to use all this stuff. Definitely not. So let me just gather my thoughts really quickly and get some kind of organization going on. But she created this. You know, if you ever saw a flow book, those things are in San Antonio. They're $30.99. And I've only seen them at Barnes and Nobles. But very inspirational. Like if you pick it up and look through, you're like, oh, I can take on the world. I thought that too, and here I am late, like the rabbit, right? So these are some applique. I thought that would be cute to put in there because, you know, who doesn't love little bears? Let's see. Make sure they're all different. Okay, so we'll just do 3. Look at this. Created by and date. Super cool. I love these colors, like these dark, bold colors. I love them. Look at this kitty cat. That's so cute. I did not make these applique. I purchased them from the store that I go and buy a lot of craft stuff from. Mint tea. That sounds like would be good. I need some mint tea. I feel like I've been just congested for a while now, which is horrible. So yep. Everything that I pulled out intentionally for her, I definitely need to make sure it goes in this flow swap. I got this from online overseas. I'm not sure if a person actually made it in the States and then they copycatted it, but I got it from overseas, so I just thought I'd print it out. A lot of black and white pictures for her to color. I'm going to print this out for myself and color it. Tell me this is not beautiful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to stop, regroup, and come back. All right, so I pulled out my paper trimmer, and we're going to go ahead and get started. And what I want to do is try to group them in some sort of order, because then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull page out by page, if that makes sense. So I'm a stacker by nature. I'm not sure how you organize your stuff, but I definitely like to put stacks and stacks and stacks, which is not good from what I've been told by all the magazine people and organizational people. They're like, you shouldn't stack. You should just, you know, a lot of people say you shouldn't have a keep, sell, giveaway, trash, or whatever. It should just be a trash pile. So you go through all your stuff and you trash it. What you don't want to keep, right? So I would never be able to function if that were the case, because I would be too sad. Like I would like, oh, I could keep this. Not that I want to keep everything that I own. I definitely don't want to do that, but I'm a stacker. Let's just leave it at that, okay? So how are you all doing these fine days as fall is rapidly taking control of our lives? Hopefully you are pulling out your long sleeve clothes. Here in Texas, it's going to be crazy because it's going to be hot, cold, hot, cold. In San Antonio, from my experience living here, it gets cold, and when it gets cold, you're cold because, you know, your body's acclimatized to that. Like when I lived in Connecticut, I wore a t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops for a while, because it was, if you've ever been to Connecticut, it's such a beautiful place. I love it. It's really, really, really a great climate. Like it stays like 70 is my ideal temperature for everything. And when it would get hotter, people like, oh my God, it's so hot. I'm like, you ever been to Texas? It's hot in Texas. Even when I would come home and visit here from Mississippi, I was like, you can tell the difference. Mississippi has a much cooler heat than San Antonio. It's like you can't breathe heat. And if you've ever been to Vegas, you know what I'm talking about. Like I went to Vegas and I walked out the door and I could not breathe. I was like, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Why is the devil up so early? But the devil is always busy, right? So no need to go into that. But it was really, really, really hot. Really, really hot. I don't want to put too much in here. Not that I don't want to. I just don't want to. I hope that makes sense. I want to definitely put in some things that I pulled out for her. I love this. This is the Michaels paper pad. I can't remember the name. I'm quite sure some of you know those names already. But this is going to be so cool. The good thing is I don't have to make a real gusset. Thank you for no real gussets, right? All right, so we're almost done with this. So what I've done is I kind of put like cartoon characters and backgrounds. Well, not cartoon characters, faces. Faces, characters right here. Backgrounds and like animal print in one area. So that I think that'll work out great for us. The little pieces, I haven't figured out how we're going to get those incorporated yet, but it's all going to work in my favor. Yay. And then what I want to do, I think what I need to do, and this is what I had told her a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I got all the stuff, I just don't know how to bind it. And that's the part that I hadn't worked out in my head yet, how to not bind it, because it's now binding really. You can bind flow stuff, but you really don't want to bind it because you want the person to be able to just pull out the things as they need it and create with that. So these pieces are a bit too long, and we're going to fix that really quickly. Okay, so we're going to use this box, right? Because this is a good spine, I think. Or should I do half of it? Because it's 8.5 by 11, and I don't think that this is 8.5. Let me get a real cereal box. All right, just so you all can see everything that's going on. This is going to be like 20 parts. Ugh. So I am using this craft knife. Thankfully, I purchased one. I think you need more than one craft knife, honestly. I had got this because of Ruth's Inkwell. I wanted to try to make one of the thing that she had made, that little no waste book that she had made. She showed us a couple of months ago, I think. No, last month. I think she showed it at the end of August, at the beginning of September. So I'm just cutting this edge off now. Hopefully it's not crooked. But we have a little, I don't even know if I gave myself any wiggle room. So I'm using this cereal box, which a lot of people use. And what I'm using it for is just to, this will be my book, my spine. But what I need it for right now is to put my elastic on, and yes, it's going to work. So now what I am doing is real crazy. Have you ever noticed that if you don't sit at your workstation prepared, that when you need a pen or pencil or anything, eraser, you can't find it? Is it just me? That may be just my life, right? All right, so I just want to make sure I'm using the right spine. So I'm not going to use this side. It's going to be the opening because that's where the cereal box opens at. So now what I'm doing is I am going to give myself just a little bit of room to work with. And I'm just going to use this pencil to draw a line on it. You know what? Let me just be smart about this. Yes. Just because you get a college education doesn't mean you're the brightest bulb in the box. That crack me up sometimes. And you know what? I probably should have made this a little bit longer. All right, look at this. This box fits perfectly. Oh, yes. So this works. This is going to work a lot better. So all I got to do is cut the edges off and cut this off. Let's see. So let's go ahead and open this up. I have been saving boxes for a while, as you all know, because I've been talking this junk journal stuff for a minute and I haven't did it yet, but I'm going to do it eventually one day. And the good thing about this is I need to do this, and I still don't know what I'm going to do with this cover. Like, I thought about it yesterday heavily, and we're going to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take those scissors, and I know you're probably thinking, you're going to ruin your scissors. They're already ruined. I'm just going to cut these edges off, and I'll be back. I would use my cutting board, but that's a new blade, and I don't have my chipboard blade with me. I decided to go with this thing right here and a piece of paper. I should have got, I have a cutting board, not a cutting board, yeah, a board that could do this for me, but sometimes you don't learn your lesson till you screw up 2 or 3 boxes, and then you're like, I should have did it the other way. So I got this X-Acto thingy ruler from Wally World when I lived in Mississippi, and they were inexpensive, like 15 cents, but they were stuck together. Who puts, like, why would you put this sticky thing on the metal front? No, it's not one of those easy ones that can come off either. So I just been working with it. I guess they say you guys don't use centimeters anyway, right? In America properly. I'm quite sure there are people out there that use centimeters. I am not one of those people. I should. I tell you, when I saw this thing, it was an Independence Day thing from this lady who's originally from the UK, but she lives here now. She had posted a saying that says, yes, happy something to you. Basically, the people that left Britain to become America, like traitors. What did it say? Traitors. I thought it was very, very offensive and comical. Like, it was hilarious. I gotta find it. I'll try to find it. I thought it was really funny. Like, it was definitely cussing us out, basically, Americans, for leaving. So crazy. We got away from that and still do wrong, all right? Whatever they were trying to do. I don't know if you're left-handed. The left-handed people that watch me, do you cut towards you? I've always did that. I know it's very dangerous, and I'm always very careful most of the time in doing that. I'm so glad. I'm going to have to buy more of these boxes because it's a great book. I started working on the book project, as I stated in another video. I think it's part 2. But that project got overwhelming as well for me, because that was the project that I've been just trying to do, not think about, and just do, because I do like to do a lot of research to figure out things before I do it. It just makes more sense to me to I didn't do a good cut on that one, did I? To learn. I know you know, people don't get in a car and just drive, right? Some people do. But you know a little bit about the car, gas and things like that. Well, some people do, like I said. I'm one of those some people do. I need to know about it before I get in it. Yay, look at this. Super duper awesome. Yes. And you need it to be a little bit bigger because it's a book cover. Duh, Brandy. That's where I went wrong on the first one, right? I'm going to stop the video in a few minutes and start again. And then we will really be working with something, okay? I'm going to decorate the cover last, even though that's the thing that has been plaguing me. And so now I'm just going to put these little bands on here. These are hair bands that I got from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just putting these on. And I think I'm going to try and do quote unquote, what are these, signatures? 3 signatures? I don't know. I am enjoying this process. It is giving me heart palpitations, but I love it. I love it because, you know, when I do create things for people, I create with pureness, pure of heart. I want the person to know that I created, you know, this with love for them. So I do enjoy creating things for people. I always struggle with, is this good enough? And you know, my mother was never like that with me. Until she got older and I got older. But when I did something, I always got, you know, like, good job. I never got you suck until like I was older, which is fine. You need that kind of I guess positive reinforcements in your life when you are younger. Older. You know, like, you don't want, if you do something dumb, like if I did something dumb, she definitely let me know that was dumb. I am going to, I think I want to tape this. I have a lot of tape. I think I'm going to tape this. I'm just going to reinforce the spine. I'm not going to reinforce everything, only because the spine is what I need to hold up, right? Because most people put book covers on their books and the spine kind of gets crap. You know, let's just talk about these spines in general. I think that we have forgot a few things. I'm going to use this Aleene's glue if it's open. When it comes to books, like, you remember when I was growing up, I used brown paper bag, right? I used, come on, glue, come through. Don't embarrass me. I use brown paper bag to, a lot of glue, I know. I know what y'all thinking. You book people. I know it's a lot of glue. I'm okay with it. I'm really okay with it. I promise. What I'm not okay with is putting my finger all over this to make it go down. So let's see. I'm gonna reinforce this spine. I am a hot mess right now, but that's okay. I've seen worse from better, right? So when I lived in Connecticut, my aunt, I have a lot of stories. I know some of them probably repeat themselves and some don't. Okay, so my mom lived with me before she passed away, right? And when she got sick, I called my aunt. I was like, listen, she's sick. She's dying. You need to come. She's asking for you. And you know, when someone gets told so-and-so is asking for you, you hightail it to wherever the heck that person is. Not my aunt. I said, listen, I'll get you a plane ticket. You know, I'll pay for half of your plane ticket or whatever I told her. I'm just putting this clip on here to keep this in place and hopefully do me some justice really quickly. I said, you know, she's calling for you. She wants you. You know, what's taking you so daggone long to get here? My aunt is the youngest of the family. I love her to death. She drives me absolutely insane, though, because she's quote unquote the baby, right? I'm not sure if you are over 21, but I think once you turn 21, you're no longer the baby of the family, because if that was the case, I'm the baby of my grandfather's first set of children, you know, and now my son is the baby of, literally the baby of our generation, our family, from my grandfather, right? Because he's the youngest in the family. Now, if my cousin's kids have kids, then they'll be the baby, but right now it's my son, right? So, you know, she's not, once you turn 20, you're no longer the baby of the family, I guess I'm trying to say. I think I need to reinforce it a little bit more, huh? All right, I'm going to stop the video right here. I'm going to let this dry a little. I see that now, and I may have to put another piece to reinforce it. But I like it so far. I mean, you know, cinnamon toast sticks is so good. And it's great value, which I love that they put a little bit too much sugar on it. Myself and the little roommate love them. All right, so I'm going to stop right here. I want to say thank you for watching this chaotic train. It's not a wreck, though. I'm having fun. I hope you are too.